Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Welcome to Mainland Focus, Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is Mʃɪɪ Bābālola. You're still on to Mainland FM. And as I said earlier, this is Mainland Focus, where we'll be paying attention to a few out of the many stories that had been analyzed early in the day. 3 stories have been selected for discuss, and I would like to put it on the table before I give out the phone lines or the WhatsApp number and start to take feedback. My name is Mʃɪɪ Bābālola. On today's Mainland Focus, the top story here, dollar sale row, marketers halt Dangote fuel loading. Federal government steps in. These are conversations that have preceded Dangote's decision to sell or price his commodity in dollars. He says that, well, this is a private business and I spend a heavy amount of money, a heavy amount of foreign exchange and sourcing crude. And so allowing for the sale to happen in Naira might be detrimental to the business. So if I'm importing the bulk of the resources I need for refining and I'm spending a heavy amount of foreign exchange, the pricing will indeed reflect how much foreign exchange goes into the production or refining of the commodity. Now, marketers are very skeptical. They're not buying at this time because of the possible fluctuations in the pricing templates. They're wondering if new stock comes in, is this going to be the price as well? Will there be an increment? And they do not want to put their legs, as I said, in the proverbial river and then start to complain of a cold. There are also conversations around importing licenses being given to a number of marketers. This is a position that Dangote does not necessarily align himself with. He still demands, or he still says, that he has the capacity to cater to our domestic needs at this time. Now, all of these factors have sort of spoken to the decision he has made. Well, I will price my commodity in dollars. We're talking about what the consequences might be for this decision of his. In what ways you expect the federal government to step in? Obviously, we have the Consumer Protection Agency that is talking about the consequences this might have. They're saying at least 30 to 40% of your commodity is sold to you in Naira. So there's no reason why you should take this rash decision. Dangote also says that contrary to the position taken by the marketers that he's not loading even his own truck, that's not the truth. He is loading his own truck, but he's going to be selling his commodity using the dollar pricing template. Let's get your thoughts on that. We're also going to be giving you an update on the fake agency scandal. We have the Speaker, Abbas, who has inaugurated or who will inaugurate a probe panel today to investigate the 1.32 billion fake agency scandal in the 2026 budget, as we continue to wait on the outcome of the legal procedures in the trial of Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi, who is the, well, self-styled head of the PFIFC. The reps have put together a committee that would investigate this particular matter, especially how there's budgetary provision for a fictitious, according to the presidency agency, in the budget. Now, a number of persons have been listed as witnesses. They would give account on what has happened, or at least give their own understanding of what has happened. However, the controversy there is that Femi Gbajabiamila, who happens to be the primary person named by the suspect, is exempt from this inquiry. Even the suspect himself, Adeniyi, is also exempt from the inquiry. We do have the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Trade and Investment, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Justice, the Governor of the Central Bank. It's a full, even the Chairman of the ICPC. They are all listed to speak on this matter. But the primary individuals that have been named, the people who form the center of this heavy allegation, are not there. So the question is, how do you intend to get the facts of the story if the suspect and the one person that the suspect has named and have alleged to be a part of this scheme is exempt from your inquiry? I'd like to get your thoughts on that as well. And finally, let's talk about the NBA presidential election. As I said, in 33 years, we have another female president of the Nigeria Bar Association. However, her election was not without controversy. Even before the election, certain individuals had alleged that she was a preferred candidate. Favoritism was happening. Even the now president, who will be finishing his tenure in a bit, has always shown favoritism towards her. Again, these are allegations. There were conversations around, even on the portal, she was very widely advertised and publicized. But for the other candidates or aspirants, whatever the case may be, is it that their names were misspelt, their pictures were not put on the portal, and what have you. We saw voter apathy even with at the election. She had about 12,000 votes, and I think about 85,000 people were supposed to vote, but only 40-something thousand had come out to vote. In fact, some are alleging that there might be executive interference, with many insinuating that perhaps this is all a big ploy of what the outcome of the elections might be, and they need somebody to be within the Nigeria Bar Association. Emphasis on allegation and all the conspiracy theories that have trailed her emergence. Let's also get your thoughts. 09136000410, 09136000410. That is the number to dial. We're very much available via WhatsApp as well, ready to take your calls and your messages. If you'd like to call via WhatsApp, the number is 09136000430. We're still live on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. You have 1 minute for your submission. Please maximize the time that you have. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Morning
Thank
to you.
God for another day. My name is Ambrose.
Welcome.
Sage, I want to ask a question. It's a question. Are we cursed in this country? Why is it that everything concerning this country is always abnormal? We have look at the NBA, whatever now. Look at the Dangote issue, and then what is even the other topic that you are talking about? Everything, the Gbajabiamila issue. What is wrong with us? We have leaders who take so much that they don't need. For example, the president, what does he even need salary for? What does he need to with the kind of money that he has amassed? What is the problem of this country? Countries that we were taking care of before, today now we are going to beg them for money. I don't know how we can get out of this mess. We don't have leaders. In every country, it is leaders that take us out of mess. But here they will say followers. How can a follower be able to transform a country that is already messed up at the top? Look at what you are saying now, Sage. Everywhere there is corruption, there is indiscipline, there is impunity. God have mercy.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Ahmed. I'm calling from Kitun.
Welcome.
I'm not against what the House is trying to do. It's good. But for not inviting Benjamin Amila and Prince Adeyemi, well, let's go ahead. I know by God's grace, they will be exposed. There is no way they invite some people. It will be difficult for APC to prove to Nigerians that somebody will be impregnated without getting married, or without a woman and a man meeting. By the time they start refilling, I don't know how APC is going to get out of this mess. I don't know how they are going to save the face of Gbajabiamila Amila. Let them be doing their outbreak investigation. But Nigerians, we are intelligent. We are not those. We are not morons. Let them be digging themselves. At the end of the day, they dribble themselves into corner. They call themselves strategists, manipulators. Nigerians are watching.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abaranje in Ikoton.
Welcome.
Yeah, for the NBA election that took place this last weekend, it's very unfortunate that the conscience of the nation, the NBA, who profess to be the conscience of the nation, did not have a very good election as far as I'm concerned. So it goes to show that if gold rust, what will iron do? If just about 85,000 of them cannot conduct a very good, credible, and fair election, how can they now conclude into the general election of the whole country? So it's very, very unfortunate. And I know appeals will go on. So the lady that won this election is not, I'm not sure that the case has settled. So, but it's very unfortunate. That is for that. Then for the oil industry, we should not blame Dangote as it were, because when it's the only company that is refining petroleum in Nigeria, we should either blame the government for not having alternative refineries. And not only that, we should also blame Donald Trump for causing unnecessary war in the Middle East.
Right,
because if not for the war, we wouldn't have had this crisis in Nigeria.
Well, if we had refineries, we would not have had this crisis, or if we had accountability, we would not have this crisis. But hello.
Hello, listen, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Morning to you.
My name is Prince Wise. Calling you from Mosodi this morning. See, number one, if the federal government can't mandate Dangote to sell in Naira, this will allow those importers to bring their fuel down to Nigeria. Why am I saying this? Where this was selling at 7,800 Naira before the Iran-American war, immediately they suspend the war. From international market from 105, 150, it can go to at least $70. And about Nigeria, Dangote was saying reducing all the Naira, 50 Naira, so that will happen. That is a jump from 7,800 Naira to 140 per liter. Immediately it comes to an end and it will be quite drop from international market. The best to have done is supposed to be the trade to reduce the price downward. They are reducing it bit by bit. This is not organ well for this country. If this man, if he want to monopolize everything, we support him from beginning. But what he's doing now, let others to bring their own thing. It will be a competition between Dangote and the others. And finally, look at the Nigeria Bar Association. The many people, many colleagues, who had to conduct their own election. And these politicians were accusing today, if there is election tomorrow, they are the people who represent each candidate at the High Court, Supreme Court, Supreme Court, and they can't put their own house in order. It's a big shame. I'm telling you, corruption is rapid in this country. If it has not taken, because when you talk of which organization in this country that are not so corrupt.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Let's try a WhatsApp call, see if the connection is good enough. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Chief. Good morning.
Morning to you.
My name is Robert. I am calling you from my papa.
Right.
This issue of fake agency, whatever that Abba said you want to investigate, the more they talk about this agency that is fake, anybody that talk about it that this agency is fake, and the agency found itself before them in the national assembly, somebody defended it, and they eventually found itself to the desk of Mr. President, and they approved it. The more they talk about this thing that is fake, the more the matter looks stupid to some of us. That is the truth. You understand? The more they say this agency is fake, it looks stupid to me especially. You see these people, it is good that they are making fun of themselves. They are just making fun of themselves before the general public. And it's a very big shame to them. They sign it, they approve something and they are calling it fake. What about something like that?
All right. Hello. Please turn on the volume on your radio.
I'm calling from Arigbajo in Ogun State.
All right.
Madam, I want to call your attention to something. Dangote is a businessman. He had the right to sell his petroleum per liter. He had the right to sell it $5,000 per liter. He had the right. He's a businessman. After all, the government is collecting tax from men. So why the headache of asking him to reduce it or to subsidize it? It's never done. Concerning the security, the government has nothing to say about that. They bombard Dangote all the time. It's never done. This Nigeria is not a normal country. It's not a normal country at all. Thank you.
Hello, morning to you.
Good morning, please.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Mṛɪļᴜ.
I might need you to disconnect from your Bluetooth
Okay.
speaker.
Can you hear me now?
All right, go ahead, please.
This is Pastor Ladipo calling from Mṛɪļᴜ.
All right.
You know, I am a bit just been laughing this morning. I remember when they were to commission this Dangote refinery, they were listing it as part of APC achievement. In fact, they flaunt it like it's an achievement. We told them then that Dangote is a private businessman. They refused. Now, part of the achievement has become is now becoming part of the problem. That is, by the way. See, they want to investigate. I'm very happy that they need to call the DG of budgeting. They need to invite the DG of budget. All the people working in that office, of budgeting office.
They've been invited. They've all been invited.
Thank you. Secondly, that means that the oversight to thoroughly go through our budgeting system while it is presented, that is the purpose why it's presented to the National Assembly, the joint, so that they can go through this thing line by line. Instead, they refuse. Now, this thing find its way. This thing has caused national and international embarrassment. As a wrap up, listen, insecurity, as it is now, it has become a big business in Nigeria. God save this nation. Thank you and God bless Nigeria.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yes, let me say that.
All right, welcome.
So, it's so unfortunate that a country, an oil-producing country like Nigeria, will depend on an individual to own a refinery, when the government have the means to build other refineries. All you see them doing is building coastal roads that is not supposed to be the priority. Now we are depending on this man, and we are still selling to him in dollars. I read an article recently that this present government, that they have devised another means, they call security, I don't know, on oil, on the oil sector. 11 trillion has been spent in 2 years. 11 trillion. So what are we saying? The solution is more humanitarian. This country, we are just beating around the bush. Revolution. You know when they say revolution, there's what they call industrial revolution. When we say revolution, people just look at government, fighting like, look, revolution, and you'll be carried out by people, 1 million Nigerians, patriotic ones. Because what we have that, we have people in government that are thieves. That's called a fake thief. All they do is shielding themselves. They keep perpetrating the spirit in the country and the detriment of Nigeria until we have revolutionary leaders that will lead the revolution to cleanse the country. Nothing will move forward. The United Assembly, they say they are doing this. It's not a challenge. It's a challenge, my sister. Nothing will come out of it until there's a revolution. Nothing will happen. Thank you, my sister. Have a wonderful day.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, John from Oba.
Yeah.
Honestly, John from Oba. Can you share somebody said in his absence? The two key figures that is involved in this issue of Baja Adeyemi scandal, they were not invited. And now you are telling me that somebody is telling me that the move is good. How can it be good when you are not inviting the two key figures? It means nothing will come out of it. And it's only in Nigeria this kind of a thing will happen. About Dangote issue, Dangote is a businessman, like somebody said now. Then why are you now worried about somebody's business venture that he built up with his own money? He acquired the land he got with his own money, not your own money, and you are collecting tax. 4 refineries that Nigeria has, none of the leaders in the past and present is able to revamp or build one. And they are leaders. But I don't want to say something bad, but it's a shameless issue. Honestly, you celebrated Dangote's refinery. Now see what is happening. You will have the audacity, the boldness to come out public and be talking to Dangote. Dangote no mate. Good morning.
Hello, morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheikh Bawala.
All right, go ahead, please.
Yes, on the issue of Dangote. Well, you see, it's a pity that we find ourselves in a monopolistic, system. Well, I don't blame Dangote. I blame all our leaders. Right from the time of Obasanjo himself, Nigeria have 4 good refineries, for goodness sake. These people mess it up because of their selfish interest. They mess the 4 good refineries. That is why that's why we find ourselves in this position. And we continue to talk about the monopolistic idea that will happen, and now it's not happening. Well, I remember when Buhari, the late Buhari, is commissioning, he came to Lagos to commission this refinery. He said federal government has 35% share. So we have a kind of the government has a say.
We don't. Actually, initially they said 12, but he tells us that they have about 7%.
What, go back?
That's incorrect. We currently have just 7%. They tried to increase their stake, but he refused.
So that is what I'm saying. So Dangote can also, be doing whatever he like, saying it. So, and this is why this is the position where the federal government should come in for the safety of all, because they are kaput all our refineries. So they cannot be looking at us. If you go to the same thing happen in cement, the same thing happen in plant. So it's a kind of monopolistic. So everything lies on the government anyway. Thank you.
Okay. Just once again to reiterate, I don't think he understood me. We do not have a 32% stake in Dangote refinery. In fact, earlier it was about 12 to 15, which Dangote came out to debunk, that we have less than 10%, about 7.5, 7.2 thereabout percent stake. And in fact, we did try to increase our stake, but he says he wants to go public in another 1 to 2 years. And so he doesn't want the bulk of it to just go to the government. He wants people to be able to buy shares and also have a stake in the company. So we have less than 10% stake in Dangote refinery as opposed to the 32% that the last caller had insinuated. Let's go back to taking phone calls. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Sage.
Morning to you.
Mr. James. What I want to say about this Dangote issue, I remember when Dangote was commissioned, the refinery was commissioned by Buhari, when this new government, emerged, say he has not completed the license and they have not, the product is not good enough. All this, back and forth was playing out as a politics. But today, some people are blaming Dangote. The fact remains that we don't know what is the priority that we should face. Take, for instance, we went about going for the project like a coastal road. When you know what could have ministered a good dividend to Nigerian economy, is this petrol issue? Cite your own refinery. You went for something that doesn't. Okay, tell me what is bringing on Nigerian economy today, that coastal road that they went. Is it when you have people that are not supposed to be there, this is what you'll be getting. And we're now blaming Dangote, businessman that is canceling his own business to make profit. It doesn't add up. So Dangote doesn't own Nigeria anything. It's our leaders who's supposed to do the right thing. Give us a refinery that will be producing for us and we'll be getting the price at the lesser. But they are now blaming Dangote. And now for the issue of, what is it called? This investigation of, Nigeria is just like the more you look, the less you see. Look at the NBA. Everything is all about we have accepted our fate that our country is a place where anomaly becomes normal. This is my contribution this morning. Thank you.
Have a great day. I'll take one more phone call and then we just start to read messages. Don't forget that you can text via Facebook and YouTube. That's the live chat option. At Milan 98.3 FM, that's the handle. Or you can send a text via WhatsApp 09136 000430. Let's take this call first. Hello. Please the volume on your radio. Morning to you.
Okay. My name is Osas. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right. Welcome.
As it affects, these whole issues, problems here and there, I think it's just the way the government, this government perceive Nigerians. There are people that Nigerians are people that are easy to manipulate, to tell lies and, they believe. This issue of a fuel refinery, it has been on, right from time. And we just keep, hearing stories. If I may ask, where are the modular refinery? Or are they just playing with words? Or trying to give a modular a different meaning. Eh? Where are we going through this thing? So I think there has to be a way out. It's not for the people to just continue to believe in a government that that lives on lies. There are ways, to deal with a system like this, to run down a bad government, and it's only by good followership. So I think the both are forces, both leadership and followership in this country. Nigerians seem to be people with very short memories. Last time, we have been led by lies, and it has just continued. As for the judiciary, if they are not able to conduct an election within their own a system, then it just shows that this country is in trouble, and we're going to get nowhere with the way things are. So we have not learned our lesson. If we continue like this, we continue to luxuriate in fool's paradise. Thank you. Good morning, Sage.
All right. Let's read messages. I'll start with Facebook because a lot of the messages come through there. All right. John Bernard, he says, the government needs to do something on this petroleum product issue. I want to ask a question, though it may look childish. Are the marketers coming with fiscal cash to buy the product? Because I don't understand this dollar business of a thing. No, they're not. On what the House representatives are doing, I don't take them serious. They fail to invite Gbajabiamila and Adeyemi for their investigation because nothing will come from it. Or maybe we're too hasty. Perhaps they have another list of witnesses and they're yet to show it to us. But so far, the witness list does not involve these two individuals. But maybe perhaps in the course of investigation, they might beckon on these persons. We'll see. Francis Ekpeong says, good morning, Sage, Fuad, Mo, Milan FM. Show me a fish with rotten head that has a good body. If they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, something is wrong with you. We have Omaga Namani, who says, I'm watching live from Enugu State. Well, thank you for listening. Good morning. The federal government should, as a matter of urgency, begin to revitalize her moribund refineries and even build new ones rather than depend majorly on Dangote. John Hollis Anumba says, Nigerians but wise. This committee formed by the House to probe the fake agency without main culprit is a smoking screen and a jamboree. It's to confuse us. Secondly, the NBA election with all the controversy shows that our attorneys, our advocates and counselors are the people degrading national integrity. Corruption is on the rise. John Akindele says, the federal government has not come clean as regards the Oríire kidnapping. It seems the federal government paid before the release of the people, or those people willingly released them. I listened to the teacher among them who said the kidnapper said they should go this way and they will meet those who are waiting to receive them. It seems there's a cordial communication between the federal government and the abductors. I don't blame the Oyo State government for calling for a probe of the incidents. Well, let's hope the federal government explains to us why there is a contradiction between witness account and what the security agencies had put out in their official statement. Okay. Lucky Lola from Agboro says, this NBA election was the worst ever. The portal had so many issues. It was down completely and many persons were disenfranchised. The current government is the worst we've seen in a long time. The way the NBA election gets publicity like this, the people are demanding heaven and earth from others. Look at their election. It was plagued with complaints. When we say criticism is easy, I love my country. I don't know. I was having a hard time reconciling even your own message. Good morning, Sage. The invitation for a meeting of some government functionaries with the House of Reps without the two key players in the current high-rated scandal looks like a hoax and a window to mellow down the story. Mr. Femi Gbaja and Prince Adeyemi must be invited to state their role or otherwise in order to bring back people's confidence. The government knows what to do if they want to check the upsurge in petrol and gas prices. Noah from Igondo. Happy Monday to you all. I feel so disheartened about our legislators. They are more of investigatives rather than productivity. How I wish they can emulate China, where corruption is death penalty. On your mandate we stand tends to bend the rule of law. As we stand, there's no invention but consumption. What does it take to build one refinery, new houses and flashy cars all over while the masses wallow in poverty? God will save us and hear our prayers one day. Fine from Asheshe. Mainland Focus. Hello, morning to you. The volume on your radio. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Bola calling from Kotu.
Yes.
You see, whenever I'm listening to Fuad, I say I share myself. Who will now rescue this country? No institution is functioning anymore. They only leave the battle for journalists. But you can only talk. That's what you can say. Because look at how long has it now. The civil society, nobody cares again. Student government, nobody cares again. The activists, nobody cares again. Since we lost Gunfire. Now, see what is easy to complain happen every day. Now, who will now rescue this country now? We talk about tomorrow, tomorrow we see another one. We are not even talking about the government. But Malay is just a minister of the federal government. Look at what he acquired. Now, if the money they are acquiring in this country, they are carrying US and UK, that two countries will collapse. But nobody see anything. Nobody see anything. Look at where I'm living here. Since independence, all the road from the country to where I'm living here, no road. And nobody see anything. We only complain. The journalists, you people are trying your best. You can only talk. That's what you can do. But Nigeria are they ready to sacrifice something to remove themselves for this politician that is looted this country? Nobody. Okay, tell me any area now that you can be able to survive. Look at our retirees, the police retirees. Look at the shit of it. Nobody see anything. And they will tell them there's somebody for them to take care of them. But there's enough to see. Go to Abuja, they are there now. Crying 5 years to tell this country. Nobody has seen, nobody talk. Is that how we are going to live our life in Nigeria? Remember, 3 for something does every year. Where are they going to? We are just for some evil day. It's a very sad. I already put the journalist. Look at sometimes when he talk, I'm just looking at any church here. He cannot do anything. I can only talk. Who will now rescue us?
All right. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Please the volume on your radio. Morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Kola Pamela calling from Arijajo. Right. I want to ask, do you have the idea about the INEC? When are they going to release our permanent voter card? We are now about to enter August now. Remaining 5 months or 4 months before the election. Then they will be rushing. Everybody will be rushing to get the card. Everybody will be doing that. Do you have any information about our voters card? Or we are going to remain like this until maybe 2 days or 3 days after the election before the election that we get our voters card? Please, we make investigative journalists who will do all these things for us so that everybody will be aware. We rely on the journalists. We rely on you. Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah. My name is Mark.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So, let me talk about the fake agencies and all that. Okay. I think there is no need for constituting any kind of committee to investigate the matter anymore. The matter is already before the Federal High Court in Abuja. All right. So I expect everybody, even including the president, that was trying to instruct the ICPC to investigate the matter. This matter is already before the Federal High Court in Abuja. And the Federal High Court is sitting on this matter. The fraudster himself has been arrested and is going to have his day. So I believe that everybody should allow the court to do his job. As far as I'm concerned, right, Mr. Fᴜဃᴜ, to me, as a criminal helped, because this was the man, he was the whistleblower. He was the one that, by the time he got wind of the activities of this man, he petitioned the office of the National Security Advisor, he petitioned the office of the IG, he petitioned the office of the DSS, and at the same time, he took the matter to Federal High Court Abuja as far as October 2025. So this man was the whistleblower. Sage, can I pay attention to something? A very similar situation to what is going on right now. In Federal High Court Abuja right now, there is a case of $6.3 million that was illegally withdrawn from CBN covers. Do you know what happened? Somebody forged the signature of the late President Muhammadu Buhari. With a forged signature, they requested $6.3 million.
Thank you for calling.
So that they could use it to sponsor foreign
All right. Many thanks. Please let's try to manage our time. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Morning to you.
Gift from Lagos Island.
Yeah.
I would say they want to tell us another story again. What will I say? The two main characters even make sense to anybody. And you see, they have goofed. Even the Senate, they don't score one goal. They score one goal now. Shame they catch them. You are telling me the matter is in court. So for the fact that the matter is in court, we should all fold our hands and not ask for internal processes to review their process. How did that figure pass through the Senate, pass through the House of Rep, and got into our budget? How many of all those other figures that are in our budget that we don't even know about at the moment? Everybody. That was supposed to happen. You know, and then you look at for Dangote issue. You are the mother of the house. You have raw rice in the house. You will not refine it. You will not cook it for your children to eat. An individual outside is preparing the same food and is saying this is the price he wants to sell, and I think we should blame him. We can't blame Dangote. He's a private business owner. We're looking at ourselves dancing around. We are building business houses for judges, building a coastal road that leads to nowhere, doing all sorts, buying presidential jet and what have you. You're not talking about to have a refinery in your own country. I know you were shocked when Oga talked about the liquefied gas in this country. You were shocked. The gas in this country don't finish in the next 200 years, and yet we are buying through our nose. Have a good day, my sister.
Hello, morning to you. All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sage.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mdzo. I'm calling from Ijushaga.
Welcome.
Now, have we answered the question I asked some time ago? Why is it difficult that we cannot build refinery from 1999 to now? We cannot build single one. Neither have we been able to maintain the existing one. All of them have died, and we are blaming Dangote. Actually, initially we started attacking the monopoly of Dangote. But when we discovered that nothing was coming from the government, we started supporting Dangote. And you want him to run to run on a loss. It's not possible. But then we call for the music and we are dancing. If the government has been able to build or maintain our refineries, we won't be suffering all these things in the hands of Dangote. Then the case before the court. There's nothing wrong in independent investigation, like the House of Rep has decided to do. Let us know what is actually, who now inserted that budget into the national budget. Then on the issue of the Oyo kidnappers, it is now we are seeing more things. If you had listened to one of the teachers, he said they were there one morning, their leader came out and said they are free to go. He started smiling and directed them that after crossing the first river, that there are security with boats that will carry them. All these things, we call for questioning.
Thank you.
So, like Fuad said, propaganda has destroyed this country.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hello. Your volume, please.
Madam Babalola.
Morning to you.
Julius is my name. I'm calling from Shomo.
Welcome.
In fact, let me start from these children that the Baba man just talked now. We've forgotten that we have children in those kidnapping. We have youth. We have adults. If those adults are not speaking out, those youth, their parents will ask them questions. What happened? What aspired throughout those scenarios? And they will tell their parents, they will tell their friend, they will tell their neighbor, they will tell their colleagues, even their mates in the school. So there is no secrecy in this one. On Dangote, APC members celebrate the removal of subsidy without refinery. You can see that it is, I don't know we can describe it. And lastly, on this Adeyemi saga, do we know now, presently in Nigeria, we have 2 DG in a single parastatal. 2 DG operating in a single parastatal. One that was there before has already decided to go and contest for another political parties, where president ordered the announcement of another person. Till now, that person has not resumed, and we are now operating 2 the director general in a single parastatal. God will save this country from corruption. Thank you.
All right, yeah, I think I saw that story about the course of the weekend. For some reason, the name of that MDA, it's skipping my head. But I saw that one of them had resigned to run for an elective position, and somebody else had been named to replace him. However, that person who had resigned, I don't remember the names as well, is still there carrying out his normal responsibility. A letter to affirm the newly appointed person has not even been received. It's really messy. I'm actually going to go search that story so I could give you the specific details of that story that the last caller was referencing. It's not the focus of the day, but for the sake of clarity, I could very well dig up the story. Let's take 2 more phone calls and then we'll do messages again. Mainland 98.3 FM, it's Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Sage Babalola. We're talking about 3 primary stories this morning. First of all, as I said before, we're having a conversation around Dangote's decision to sell in dollars or price his commodity in dollars and the consequences that has trailed that decision, with the marketers complaining bitterly and refusing to load because of the price template and the uncertainty of it. We're also talking about the Speaker, Abbas, who's inaugurating a panel to investigate the Prince Adeyemi fake agency scam situation, with relevant persons being listed on the witness list without Femi Gbajabiamila and the suspect himself. And so the outcome of this investigation without the primary individuals is what is being questioned, or what is termed the most controversial. And finally, the NBA now has a new president, Mrs. Oyinkansola Badejo Okunsoya, but there's still conversations around her emergence, conversations around the voting process, allegations of favoritism, and some are even saying that we might not hear the last of it. Her 410. Hello.
Hello, sis.
Morning to you.
Can I say good morning?
Yes, I can hear you. Morning to you.
Yes, this is Mr. Tony. I'm calling you from Maboro.
All right.
Sage, you see this government, you know, you never hear side of the woman that bandit cut his husband head come out. When they ask the woman said nobody give him 5 naira minus his husband colleague. As the Senate is telling us they give them 50 million. You see now of this government, that's the woman said nobody, even though he never even here for year, talk less of to receive 5 naira from government. Because that Nigeria is for interview all of them once and we hear everything. So this Tinubu government, yeah, their life will send them go where they go, where they no go come out in this world again. Thank you.
I honestly could barely hear what you said. I'll just take a leap of faith and assume that you didn't say anything controversial. Hello. Hello. All right.
Hello.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, Fish.
Yes.
This is Jᴏɪᴜ from Ota.
Welcome.
I want to take respect of this oil and fair issue. The problem of Nigeria is that they have forgotten history. When we have patriotic leaders, we have 4 good refineries working. The government allocated 435,000 barrels per day for our local consumption before exporting. But when the satanic government of Babangida came, there is nothing wrong with a refinery because it's erection, not construction. There is difference between erection and construction. When your car engine is bad, you go and buy new one from Ladipo, or you order new one from abroad, and the car will come back. This international conspiracy, all those IMF woman, they are doing all these things. Since 1999, the only government we have is Obasanjo and Yar'Adua. The rest, which is Jonathan Yar'Adua and Jonathan Buhari and the president, was they only came to loot.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have a message on WhatsApp. Good morning, Sage. I have said oftentimes, and I'll keep saying it, according to George Orwell, in a place where anomaly has become normal, being normal becomes abnormal. This is the exact case of Nigeria since the emergence of the APC administration. We've accepted anomalies as a culture and tradition. It's very unfortunate. James from Agbado. Good morning, Mainland FM crew. Iraq has 20 refineries, Iran 9, Libya 5, Saudi Arabia 10. NNPC has a 20% investment in Dangote refinery at commission date. 18 billion was loaned to Dangote by CBN. Joshua from Magboro. By the way, every loan that Dangote took for the construction of the refinery, he has returned, and the presidency themselves have affirmed this, that he has returned all the money that he borrowed. And the stake, as I said before, is less than 10%, not 20%, unless of course he has finally agreed to let them up their stake. But as at this moment, I'm not sure that he changed his mind on allowing for the federal government to buy more stake at his refinery. And with regards to the loan, he paid back those loans even before the refinery became functional. Thank you, Joshua from Magoro. Good morning, Sage. The investigation into the alleged phantom agency appears to be nothing more than a charade. How can an investigation begin without first hearing from those being accused? Those who were reportedly indicted were not even invited to state their side of the story. That raises serious questions about the credibility and fairness of the entire process. As for the NBA election, the controversy surrounding it is another reflection of the challenges facing our institution. When a respected professional body is embroiled in such dispute, it raises concerns about transparency, accountability, and public confidence. Our inability to get a state-owned refinery working, despite the enormous sums spent on rehabilitation, coupled with the lack of accountability for those responsible, is equally troubling. Until there's a genuine accountability and effective governance, we're likely to continue facing these recurring challenges. Joseph from Ikoton is the author of that message. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning to you.
I am Jide calling from Ojota.
Yes.
I greet Oga for a good morning, sir. Concerning the refinery and Dangote, I just want to use this opportunity to tell Mr. President. Mr. President, good morning, sir. Whatever we are seeing in the hand of Dangote today, it's not Dangote's fault. We have given Dangote opportunity to give, even if you want to buy in Europe, you want to sell in Europe, whatever currency you want to sell, opportunity has been given to him. If before you get to power, sir, at least we are still managing maybe Port Harcourt, whether it's working or it's not working. But, sir, since you get to power, 4 refineries are down. Not even one is working. But, sir, you have traveled worldwide. In Saudi Arabia, I think Saudi Arabia government, they get refinery. And I can still remember that other prominent petroleum countries, they have, some of them have refineries. Why can't we have one? I said it last week, I said, sir, even for one of your legacy projects, can't you just get one refinery working that we can say during the time of President Asiwaju? This is the refinery that we have that belongs to federal government of Nigeria that is working fine. If by now Dangote just decided to close down his refinery and move to another country, what becomes of Nigeria? Then we will now run into the hand of marketers who will be bringing fuel in for any amount they like. Sir, why can't you just sit down and think about this thing? We are providing solution to this because after this, you are still, after maybe 4 or 8 years, you will still come back to become a Nigeria.
Thank you.
What are you going to say, Mr. President?
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sage.
Morning to you.
Ajibola calling from Nikolai.
Yes, go ahead, please.
See, my own word is just like the words of one thing we say that see, I've said it times over that what we are playing, the games we are playing, and we are playing on what the intelligence of Dangote, we will soon regret it. And this is just a tip of an iceberg. Sincerely speaking, it is so wrong for the government to try to do that, what they did, without a leverage that okay, at least we have a Dangote, we have our own refinery to keep checkmating what Dangote is doing. And if that will not come, if we now say we should have a worst scenario, the NNPC should keep importing to keep a check on what Dangote will do. Yes, if everything we do is to rely on what Dangote will do, Dangote will now become the major monopoly as they always monopolize every other sector. And it will be very wrong for us to allow any monopoly in our energy sector. The same thing I said, now it's playing now into our faces now. Now, the same thing I said, when I said some things, when this, or yours said something, I said, there is a lot to uncover. And the secret to this thing, I can never, and I'm saying it again, I can never believe whatever the government is saying. Because over and over, they have disappointed me. They said the refinery is working then, Fadago refinery is working, they are doing it. Now, it came out to be a lie. They told us that something has happened. Every time it's always come out to be a lie. This time around, it's not disappointing because it came out to be a lie that there is a rescue mission. It's a pure release. And why is the lie every time? That is the question we are asking.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another call. Hello.
Good morning, my dear Carlo.
Good morning.
morning to you.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Week. Engineer Nii here from Yaba.
Yes,
A issue of and Dangote. Why can't they put their heart together and extend the naira for crude regime that they are now allowing the masses to suffer now? Because if Dangote is buying with dollar, tendencies are that they want to sell with dollar, and they have allowed monopoly in the first place, and for them to also give a palliative measure for the masses. Let them. There was a regime that they want to sell. They have been selling naira for crude. Why can't they extend that regime so that they can continue? Dangote can continue to sell in naira too, not with foreign exchange. I don't blame Dangote at all. I blame the federal government. They don't provide alternative to Dangote, which they should do. It is their responsibility. And they don't encourage others too, other than Dangote. And they now stop naira for crude regime. Can that who is to be blamed now?
All right.
Concerning the
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Adisa calling from Oshodi.
Welcome.
You see, so a few years ago when Dangote was coming on board, I was so happy today because I have a friend in my area here that I used to tell that, look, when this guy come on board, Nigeria will hear Shege. We have not seen Shege. We will still see Shege Banza. Because I don't know how Nigeria will feel that a private-owned business is here to serve the public. It's not going to happen that way. It's not a social economy. It's a capitalist economy. And Dangote is there to maximize profit. If the template is already there before on its Dangote cement, you can see how cement quickly spark in terms of price. So we are only deceiving ourselves. But my problem with government is this. If I want to offer a solution, I would suggest that our 3 refineries should be absolutely scrapped. I see no reason why each geopolitical zone cannot be compelled to build a refinery. Like, for example, the Southwest. The Southwest, as a region, was supposed to have their own refinery in North Central, and each of these geopolitical zones should be able to have their own refinery, even if it's not as big, as massive as Dangote refinery. At least the government, the federal government, should compel each geopolitical zone to have their own refinery and sell oil. And Dangote should be compelled to operate in naira. If you cannot operate in naira, it will be asked to put up his business. He has no option that to comply with federal government. But as you say, they all have stake in this business, and that is why most of these things are not fly.
Your logic is, I'm a little confused as to your logic. If they cannot tell him as a private business owner how to sell, why should they be able to tell him to pack up his business? Is a legitimate business operating in the free trade zone?
Because he's operating in a state with law.
Again, he's in the free trade zone, first of all. He acquired the property legitimately. He's a registered business, and also the oil sector is deregulated. So on what grounds would they ask him to stop his business?
Thank you, Sid. Let me give you an example of China. Look, even if you are within a free trade zone, people's priority comes before your own business.
Yeah, again,
talking about Nigeria here.
Okay, yeah, I wish we could carry on this conversation, but that would mean denying people an opportunity to speak. I just want to understand the legitimacy of, the claim that he can be told to close down his business, or unless, of course, he flouts any law or his business is caught in a web of any shady arrangements. That might be grounds, right? However, for the simple reason that he's choosing to price his business in a way that favors him as the grounds for asking him to close down his business, I do not fully understand the legal backing for that position. And as I said, the oil sector is largely regulated. Maybe the Consumer Protection Agency can do something, but I don't know about asking him to close down for just that one reason. I guess we'll find out later. Hello. The volume on your radio.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
To you. More, thank you. Your name, please.
I'm Mr. Tony Solo.
All right.
Yeah. On the Dangote issue, yes, our business profile is built on grids, Sometimes if you even go to market, everybody want to make 100% profit. If you buy something with 100,000, you sell it at 200,000. I don't think that is what is sustainable in countries we are trying to emulate, where things are working. And come to think of it, the Nigerian refinery, we have to look at the complexity of it, because even if they build new one and give Nigerians, most of the refineries we are talking, they are 50 years old. Some of them are 100 in other countries. But in Nigeria, because of human factor, Dangote is surviving because he uses other expatriates to run his business. Nigerians, if they build it, the other challenge, the big elephant in the house, that you give it to Nigeria, Nigeria will run it down. Because even the 4 refineries we are talking, we built new ones. When are we going to, change our character and have a profit-oriented mind?
Thank you very much for calling. Have a great day. I'll go back to Facebook now. We have Babalola Williams who says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. On Nigeria's matter this morning, let all citizens of the country troop out and compel the government to provide a modern refinery for them, instead of the unnecessary coastal road and the wasteful spending on election that's not in favor of the citizens. As citizens, we're all docile and we're not serious at all. Ikechuku on Facebook says, good morning, this is Diplomatic Ikechuku from Port Harcourt. Mr. Obi and Atiku. Okay, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Thank you very much for your message. We have Stage, I greet you. Essentially, I have more regard for the House of Reps than the Senate, because they're always working more and fighting more for the citizens than this probe that the Speaker wants to set up. I strongly believe that nothing will come out of it. I'm not sure that the Speaker would have had the morale to include a former Speaker and current Chief of Staff to the President. All of them are in the same party. I'm not surprised. To have excluded Prince Adeni from the probe is to bury credible evidence. Whatever comes out of that probe may not be credible. I congratulate Mrs. Badijo on her election as the new NBA president. I like it when women occupy positions, but with the reports from the election alleging malpractices, it's unfortunate. James Ogbonna from Oshodi. I think I should take one more phone call and just finish with messages. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Sage.
Morning to you.
My name is Adeni. I'm calling from Songo.
All right.
Yeah. I want to ask you one question.
Your voice is drowning out. We can barely hear you if you can hear me.
So what does it take Nigeria to have a functional refinery working? If we have does it mean Dangote is richer than the whole nation for building a refinery that is working fine? You cannot blame Dangote for whatever he's dictating to us now, because he paid for everything he's using in this nation. If he decide to take decision by himself, things that does not favor Nigeria, why can't we look for a permanent solution by building up a functional refinery? Look at all the countries that are working fine now. They have more than 10, 20 refineries working for them. We can't blame Dangote for dictating now. If we are not doing what is needful, we have refinery, the Port Harcourt, the almost 3 or 4. None of them is working, and we are blaming Dangote for dictating. Sage, it is high time we open our eyes and our mind to build a new refinery working. What does it take us to have a refinery that is working fine? What does it take us?
Thank you so much for calling. That's our last call for the morning. Let's finish with messages. We have here. Good morning. Based on your clarification on the percentage of the federal government's stake in Dangote Refinery, which is about 7% and not 35%, as I said, let the federal government come out and defend it, because Nigeria had it when late President Buhari made the statement and clips said to be played. Alhaji Subar, clips said to be played. I don't understand, but okay, thanks. Good morning, Sage and Fuad, with others in the studio. For Dangote is a private business. If I'm Dangote or another businessman, would you go and buy crude oil in Dallas and come and sell it in Naira? It's not possible. In all this back and forth, where's the Minister of Petroleum? We were told during campaign period that we should bring down the price of fuel. Is Mr. President forgetting his campaign promise? Like the NNPCL and the Minister for Petroleum, let Dangote do whatever he wants to do with his business. He pays tax to the federal government. For the fake agency, if Nigeria in Nigeria, if we want to kill a criminal case, committee with high-ranking persons will be set up and paid allowance. The case is dead. Imagine two people committing a crime. They go ahead and arrest one person and leave the other person. For the NBA, the same thing happened during the 2023 general election that brought the president into office. Because if the APC don't plant anybody there, they... Okay, Christopher Ifyong, thank you. We have Good Morning Mainland FM. This administration has failed. All they are concerned about is 2027 and not the welfare of the people. Oracle from Orili. I had to edit that message. But yeah, thanks. Morning, Sage and Fwa. Dangote's case to sell at US dollar is not acceptable. If every manufacturer in Nigeria imports raw material in foreign currency, are they now selling at foreign currency? Dangote is a monopolist who is arm twisting Nigerians. Joshua Formagu. And you know the funny thing, we would not have been so concerned about Dangote and his operations if only we had our own refinery and we were refining and taking care of our own domestic needs. The thing is, the market would force Dangote to comply. If we had a functional refinery and we were doing our thing, we were selling to people, nobody would go to Dangote as an alternative. People would just buy from the national refineries and from the marketers that are here. However, our failure to do the right things is what has allowed for us to depend heavily on an independent business, and we're distressed about the decision by an independent private business owners on his pricing templates. It's really sad, but yeah. Good morning, Babalola. I'm Akinola from Oshodi. My take on the refinery is that Dangote is owned by leaders past and present. So how can it work? I don't know what that means. Good morning, Sage. On Adeyemi's fake parastatal, if we have to direct her in one parastatal, how can they be claiming Adeyemi is fake? Julius from Shomolu. Good morning, Sage. All indicted, I beg your pardon, in the ministry. All right, I think we're done. Thank you so much for participating. I appreciate all your contributions. The conversation here will continue. My name is Sage Babalola. We're going to take a break and have commercials, and then at 10, I'll be here with Fᴜᴜ as we discuss a global view. And if you're familiar, it's just us talking about international stories. We take about one or two, talk about it, just to keep you abreast of what's happening outside Nigeria. As I say, I don't think it's okay for us to stay in our own little bubble. We should also familiarize ourselves